Hello students, let's begin the topic electric current. As you know, when the charges are in rest, that branch of physics is known as the electrostatics, and when these charges are in motion, then it is called the current electricity. So to understand the current electricity, first of all, we should know what is the meaning of the electric current. Okay, what is the meaning of the electric current? As you know, in a conductor, there are so many free electrons are available to flow from higher potential to the low potential. Okay, so positive ions move from high potential to low potential, or the current flows as you studied already in class 10th. Okay, so number of charges, number of total amount of charge, you can say, flowing per second in a conductor is termed as the electric current, and you know its unit is coulomb per second, which is also known as the ampere. Okay, its SI unit is ampere, and you know very well, if we put the Q is equal to Ne, then number of electrons required for 1 coulomb of charge, it is, if we put the value, it is approx 6.25 into 10 to power 18 electrons required to constitute the 1 coulomb of charge. Okay, so we should also know about it. Now we will discuss some terms like the current is always a scalar quantity. Remember this, it is always a scalar quantity, means having only magnitude, not the direction. It doesn't depend on the direction. Please remember it. Now one more topic, that is the current density. Okay, current density. See, what is the current density? Is very interesting. You know very well, density means already in the previous classes, smaller classes, studied the mass upon volume is the density, and here it is in terms of the area. Suppose this is a area, and the current, when the current is passing through this area, okay, like this, okay, so amount, this area, this covered area, like this area, okay, so amount of current per unit area is termed as the current density. So current density means it is the current per unit area. Its unit is ampere per meter square. And remember, it's very interesting that it is a vector quantity. Remember, why it is a vector quantity? What is the direction of the vector quantity? It is the direction of current. Okay, the direction of current is the direction of the J. Okay, this is the vector quantity, current density. Remember. Okay, and we'll try a formula also, dimensional formula. What will be the dimensional formula here? It is the L to the power minus 2 or ampere. Okay, this is the dimensional formula of the current density. Now in a metal, current flows from higher potential to low potential. Okay, you know very well. Now some terms you should know on the basis of the free electron model. Some terms like the random motion. See, what is the random motion? Random motion means when the charges or the electrons are moving at its normal temperature, at room temperature. So in that case, the speed or the motion of the free electrons are known as the thermal velocity. Okay, it is the thermal velocity. Thermal velocity means denoted by generally U. To understand the thermal velocity, suppose this is a conductor. If we divide this into two parts, some electrons, free electrons will be moving in this direction, some in this direction, some in this direction, some in this direction. That is the average. Average thermal velocity is always zero. Average thermal velocity, okay, of the all conductors. As you know, the number of free electrons in a good conductor, it is of the order of 10 to power 28. It is of the order. So thermal velocity is always, that is the u1 plus u2 plus u3, like this. Un particle, un free charge are there. So if you divide this by n, so it is always equal to 0. It is always equal to 0. So this is about the thermal velocity. Some more terms like the mean free path. So when electrons in a conductor move inside randomly, just like the zigzag motion, or you can say the gaseous particle in a gas container, so they collide with the positive ions, okay, so continuously, and again positive ions, and again positive ions. So they move in randomly in different direction, uncertain directions, okay, and the path is always straight. Before the two collision, the path covered by the free electron is always straight. So this path between two successive collision is called the mean free path of the free electron. Mean free path is the distance traveled by free electron in during two successive collisions, and the time taken between two successive collisions is known as the relaxation time. It is called the relaxation time, denoted by tau. Okay, remember the difference between them. And when we apply the electric field across the conductor across the conductor, like it is suppose positive, it is the negative, so current will flow from this direction to this direction. So all these free electrons which were moving here and there randomly without any direction, because in absence of any electric field, the average velocity is 0. And remember, the net current is also 0. Net current is also 0 because they are cancelling to each other. So when the electric field is applied, then all the electrons will align in a particular direction. Electrons will move always from negative to positive, and the current will start flowing from positive to negative. So all the free electrons will be aligned in a particular direction in the presence of the electric field, and this speed, this velocity is known as the drift velocity. So drift velocity is the velocity it is the velocity under the influence of electric field. Okay, electric field. Okay, and it is of the order of 10 to power minus 4 meter per second, and without effect of the electricity, the thermal velocity, it is of the order of 10 to power 5 meter per second. Okay, it's much higher. But when the electric field is applied, now all have to align in a particular direction, so it becomes very, 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 very slow. So it is of the order of 10 to power minus 4 meter per second. It is the drift velocity. It's very good question for your exam also. Now we can find an expression for the drift velocity. See, how can we find? As we know, u1 plus u2 plus, that is the average thermal velocity. Suppose it is the n free electrons, so it is always equal to 0. So suppose the force is applied, electric force is applied, then the acceleration produced in the free electrons, it is F upon m, and you know F is equal to E into E upon m, or we can write E upon m, and E means, just remember the potential gradient, it is the V upon L, or simply we can write A is equal to EV upon ml. Okay, so when the free electrons are accelerated, in that case the speed will be increased according to the first equation of the motion, that is the V is equal to U plus AT. Okay, According to this definition, speed will increase if the thermal velocity was u, then now for the final velocity will be v. So the average this speed under the influence of electric field will be termed as the drift velocity. So simply you can say that is the u1 plus a tau 1, okay, plus u2 plus a tau 2, like this, okay. And suppose n free electrons are there, so un plus a tau n, okay. The average is termed as the drift velocity. Average is termed as the drift velocity. So Vd, that is the drift velocity, is equal to u1 plus u2 plus up to n upon n plus a and tau 1 plus tau 2 up to tau n upon n, okay, divided by n. So this is the thermal velocity. It is always zero. It is always zero. And suppose this is the average relaxation time. Maybe you can write as a tau. So Vd is equal to, you can write Vd is equal to a tau is the relation between the acceleration and the drift velocity. Okay, so this is the expression for the drift velocity. Now we can find this relation in terms of the electric current also. Okay, before that I wish to explain a very important term, that is the mobility. Okay, mobility. Okay, see what is the mobility, which is denoted by mu. Actually, mobility is of the electron is defined as the ratio of the electron drift velocity up and the electric field. Okay, electric field. This ratio is called the mobility. If we see here just about relation, Vd is equal to a tau, and a means the F upon m. Okay, clear? F upon m, and a tau you can write. A means F upon m and tau as such. So F is equal to E into E upon m tau. We can write like this. It is the Vd. So Vd upon E is equal to E tau upon m. So this is the mobility. This is the formula of the mobility. Just remember, mobility is the mu is equal to drift velocity upon electric field. Okay, it can be expressed as E tau upon m. Okay, so remember this. It's its dimensional formula. You can find its unit will be meter square per volt per second. Okay, this is the SI unit. Okay, and its dimensional formula is m to the power minus 1, L to the power 0, T to the power 2, A to the power A only. Okay, so this is the dimensional formula. Now we can find a relation between the current and the drift velocity also. Okay, again a very interesting, you know, Q is equal to total charge flowing in a conductor. Okay, just imagine suppose this is the conductor. There are n free electrons are moving applied electric current for source also. So suppose n is the number of electrons, and the charge of each electron is E, and the area, cross sectional area is A here, and the length is suppose L. So volume is A into L, volume into number of electrons and the charge of one electron. It is the total charge. it is the total charge. So here you can write Q is equal to A L N E. This is the total charge. And current, you know, current is equal to Q by T. Q means A L N E, and the T, this is the T. Okay, so here L upon T, in this formula L upon T, it is the length upon time, length of the conductor to the time. So it is termed as the velocity. So we can write here I is equal to A V D N E. So this is a relation between the electric current and the drift velocity. Okay, now how can you remember? It's very easy to remember. We can write like this: Vane, V-D-A-N-E. Okay, remember V-A-N-E. Remember this term. Okay, you can remember the relation between the drift velocity and the electric current. Okay, so this is the expression, a very important derivation for your exam also. Now we can find the relation for the current density also. Okay, here because J is equal to I upon A, as I defined already, explained already. So it is the VD A-N-E divided by A. So A is cancelled. So J is equal to VD N-E. So this is a relation between the drift velocity and the current density. Remember, again I wish to remind you, drift velocity, it is a scalar quantity. Current electricity is scalar quantity, but the current density is a vector quantity. Just remember, if you wish to write this formula in the vector form, in vector form you can write this formula: J is equal to NEVD. It is the velocity. So, and remember, it is always with negative sign. Okay, why it is negative sign? Negative sign indicates that the direction of current density J is opposite to the direction of drift velocity VD. Both are in opposite direction. Okay, and you know very well कि direction of the current is always in the opposite direction of the motion of the free electron or the negatively charged electrons. So directions of the density also, current density will also be opposite, because J is always in the direction of I. So I and the VD will also be in opposite direction. So that's why the J and VD will also be in opposite direction. Thank you, students. Next topic we'll discuss about the resistance and the Ohm's law in the next video.